welcome to day 2. My goodness, day 2 of the Manifesting with the Moon challenge. We are kicking it off right now. As you jump on in, if you are on the email list for this challenge and you opened the reminder email this morning, let me know your answer to the clue question. And if you didn't, no worries. I will let you know what it is in just a second. As soon as we get all situated here, I am, not we, there's only one of me, am in multiple places right now. So you may be watching me on YouTube, on my Blue Moon Manifestations Facebook page, or in the dedicated Manifesting with the Moon Challenge Facebook group. So welcome from wherever you are watching. Lots of little things that I'm organizing in front of me. So let me find us. Let's see, where should I watch? Make sure I can see comments in the group. That is a good place to start. Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 2. Today we're talking all about the full moon forgiveness, full moon release, and what that entails. Here we go. My phone, it's a little slow. It didn't want to show me. Here we go. All right. Janine, hello. Sandy. Tina, hello, everybody. Carrie, I love everybody jumping on in. If I don't see your name, or if I don't say your name, it's because I don't see your name on StreamYard, which is the app that's allowing me to stream in multiple places. And also, I am only looking at the comments from my phone that are popping up in the group. So if I don't see you, you can either give StreamYard permission and I will see your name. If not, that's okay. We'll make it through. So because I am in multiple places, let me introduce myself. If you are just catching this and not really sure who I am and what's going on, my name is Patty Diaz. I am the founder of Blue Moon Manifestations. I am also a magical life coach and magical mentor specializing in helping you live a life of magic. And for me, magic consists of the moon and manifestation, abundance, gratitude, intention, and clarity. So I teach you those 5 pillars, how to incorporate them in your life so that you can break free from the mold of just going through the motions and create a life designed by you instead of one designed for you. And then you can go out and live that life unapologetically on your own terms, doing and experiencing the things that you love, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody else. That's okay. So I see the colors coming in. That was the question, the clue question for today. Mine, of course, no surprise, is blue. So what do I have here? Purples. I've got purple is in my color scheme for my business. I have some really pretty rainbow fluorite coming that I ordered because rainbow fluorite actually inspired the color combinations, the color palette for Blue Moon Manifestation. So I think I should have it on display back there since it's appropriate. Hello, everybody. Let me see what colors. Purple, pink. Awesome. I'm on mute. No worries, Carrie. You can watch me later and listen. No problem. Hi, everybody. Favorite color is green. Yes. Green, purple, white. Excellent. I love it. I love it. So, all right. What did we do yesterday? Yesterday was day 1. We covered intentions and manifesting, what they are, what are intentions, what is manifestation, and how they work perfectly with working with the moon. The moon has a ready-made framework for us to follow. So if you did not catch that yet, no worries. The videos are still up and they will remain in the Facebook group, the Manifesting with the Moon Challenge Facebook group. Purple and orange. I love that, Marilyn. Every time I hear that, is that like I'm sure there's a team that has purple and orange, but I can't think of what it is. Purple and gold is for the Lakers out here in LA. I'm not a huge basketball fan, though. I like most other sports. Annette, hello. Everybody, hello. Who did I not say hi to? Dawn Marie, hi. Awesome. Pink, pink, pink. Awesome. All right. So today I am going to start off. I pull the card for us every day of the challenge. And then on day 5, we just kind of look at it as a whole, see what the cards say collectively. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. The deck I'm using is the Moonology Oracle Cards deck by Yasmin Boland. And if you are in the Blue Moon Magic Tribe Facebook group, you saw that our community member Marilyn posted yesterday that there are new cards coming out in October. They're manifestation cards from Yasmin Boland with the moon. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. So let me pull our card for today. Pink and green. Hello, Sandra. Hello. Sure, this is scrolling up. Tina, hello. Good to see you all. Teresa. This is so much fun. I love that we can gather from all corners of all places. All right, let's see what today's card is. What's the message for today? It's slightly warm back here. It is a time to give rather than take. And the card is the New Moon in Virgo card. So a time to give rather than take, giving from a place that's pretty a good card for the month of May here in Blue Moon Manifestations. We've been talking about abundance. So a great way to feel abundant is to give back in whatever way. It doesn't have to be monetary. It can be giving back of your time, of your resources, but giving back without the expectation of getting back or with the, without taking. So that is absolutely a beautiful card. And I will stick it in the pile with yesterday's card. It might just be a little too toasty for me today. It's getting warm finally here in Los Angeles, and this light and this hair all add to it. But that's all right. It is all right. You pre-ordered them. Awesome, Janice. Me too. What a shocker, right? So no more cards. That's it for today. So now that we've covered the new moon and intentions, the framework is at the new moon, you set your intentions. Then in the next 2-ish weeks from the new moon to the full moon, you are really feeling into your intention, visualizing it. You're taking action steps towards there. You may be getting some resistance, identifying the things that are standing in your way or getting a little bit of a clue about them. And so somewhere in the neighborhood, it's not always exactly 2 weeks, but 2 weeks-ish after the new moon, we have the full moon. So from the new moon to the full moon, the moon has been getting bigger. The energy has been building. That's why we use and tap into that energy to take the action steps, start doing the things. Baby steps by baby steps. Small steps add up to big distances. So to get us closer to our intention or to experiencing it or to having it be reality. And depending on what your intention was, by the full moon, you may, let me see where I have here. I don't have a good spot to put this up, but we'll make do. So, it's been growing in size. We talked about that. And then it's at its biggest and its fullest at the full moon. That's where it has its most energy. And so why it's such a great opportunity to do both, some releasing and also some calling in. But by the full moon, you may have experienced one or some of these things. I just love that. I just looked down. You'll be in triple digits there today. We're not quite there yet, Janice. We're on opposite coasts, but we're not quite to the triple digits yet, which is, I don't know, is that rare? No, not for here in LA. May. Anyway, you may have seen your intention show up. You may have manifested. If it was something that happened right away, it may have shown up. You might have gotten that job. You might have gotten the interview to get you the job. Anything like that, it can show up. Never doubt, never think that it always has to take a long time. You may have started seeing evidence that it is getting closer. And by evidence, that can mean any number of things. So I'm going to share a few ways with you to kind of get your mind realizing how the universe has been sending you signs that maybe you just were not aware of yet. Hello, everybody jumping in. Sharon loves the color orange. I have some orange bliss essential oils in the diffuser this morning, right over there to kind of wake me up because I had to be on a coaching call. Like I was getting coached. It was not a client. It was like a group coaching at 7 o'clock this morning. I'm usually up at that time, but not front facing and, participating in things. So I've got some orange bliss going on over there and it is helping. So here are some signs, some ways that you might start seeing evidence that your intention is getting closer, that you are raising your vibration to start to match your intention. You may hear people start talking about it. You may hear people in conversations or, just mentioned in elevators or in line or somewhere on TV or just a conversation you happen to overhear. You may start hearing references to it in any part of it, either the whole completed thing or that people are wanting the same thing or that they're getting closer to theirs. Whatever it is, you start noticing it. It's like, okay, cool. Why did, I haven't heard all these conversations before, but you're getting closer. You may start seeing the opportunities come closer. Like I talked about the job interview. If you were wanting different employment or an opportunity to advance or even just simply get a job if you don't have one at the moment, you will start seeing these evidences. Maybe you will start seeing ads all of a sudden pop up on Facebook, right? And you're like, why am I all of a sudden seeing these ads that I haven't seen before that have something to do with that? It's because your vibration is starting to match it. It's getting closer and closer. So you start seeing them. Let's see. You may have realized that your intention was too big and you realize that you need to take smaller steps. Like we talked about yesterday, taking the baby steps and building up to it really does not have to take that long. It doesn't have to take long. It seems to us in our head that we need to jump straight to the big thing, straight to the end goal. But sometimes, a lot of times, that actually takes longer than doing it baby step by baby step, chipping away, building our confidence, getting that momentum and that vibration going so that each little piece brings us closer faster. And if you do realize that you took too big a chunk, you made too big an intention, that is not something to be discouraged about. That is actually clarity. And that's one of my 5 components of magic, right? Getting clear because our mind was too muddled or our mind was too over eager and just wanting to jump straight there. But if we keep going to just the big picture, maybe we'll get discouraged. So realizing, let me take a step back. A coach that I work with frequently says, I need to slow down, or we need to slow down to speed up, right? Take that step back, evaluate, and then, okay, now instead of hustling the entire time or feeling like we're just pouring this energy and effort and not seeing results because we're aiming too high for the moment, not too high indefinitely, just too high for the moment. Let's take a step back and then speed back up a little bit. Let's see, you may realize that this is either not the right intention for you or not the right time for this intention. And I love it, even though when you say it or when I say it, it may sound like a bit of a letdown, that you may realize this is not the right intention for you. I love it when this happens because you know what that means? It means you are also getting clear on what you want. Because, like we talked about yesterday, when we set intentions, a lot of times, especially when we're new and getting into this practice, we set intentions based on what other people want for us, right? What our parents or educators or partners or society or what our ego thinks we should want or what others want for us. Or we set intentions like, based on obligation, like, oh, I really should want to go to college, so maybe I should set an intention for a scholarship or something like that. but that's not really in alignment with what you want. So you might realize this, and guess what? That is a perfect time to celebrate because you're like, heck yeah, I do not need to waste my energy or pour my energy into that because it's not for me. And so, even if you were to manifest it, one, you wouldn't be as excited about it if it was something you truly wanted. Or second, you just be like, okay, now I'm here and I'm really not happy here. This is really not what I wanted. And so identifying that before you actually get there or get all the way there is cause for celebration. Because that's that you coming through. That's that inner you, your soul. You're starting to listen and pay attention that, okay, it's okay for me not to want to go to college. I'm talking from my experience. My parents really wanted my brother and I to go to college. My brother did. He did fabulously there. I resisted it and dug my heels in and kind of, okay, I'll start with community college. And they didn't want that for me, as a bad thing. They wanted it for me from a place of love and wanting me to do better than them, but it just wasn't for me. So when you start getting clear on that, that's really a reason to celebrate because then you're like, okay, now I can really get excited about identifying what I want to manifest, the life I want to live, like I talked about in my intro. Let's see. And if your intention has not yet started to manifest, you may have noticed the limiting thoughts that come up, the beliefs that you didn't realize were beliefs, like, who are you to want this thing? That's a common one. Or, what are you thinking? This is never going to happen. It's just not in the cards for you. So if you have started to notice those things, again, celebrate the heck out of it because you're like, I see you, limiting belief, and now I can reframe you. I acknowledge you. I see what you're trying to do. Thank you for the input, but I'm going to do it anyway. How's that, right? Doesn't that sound a lot more empowering than, oh man, it's right. Man, I'm not going to try it. It's like, nope. Thank you for the input. Because if we practice gratitude, we get into that habit of practicing gratitude for everything, positive, negative, lessons, because nothing's really like truly negative. There are challenging moments. There are challenging things. There are disastrous things that happen in our life. But there's always, we may have to look and uncover it. There's always something to be grateful for. It strengthens us. We get, directed to another path or something along those lines, right? So say, yeah, I see you, limiting belief. I now realize what you're doing. I'm going to change it. I'm going to reframe you and I'm going to go on with my bad self and do and go after what I want. So know that you will never get rid of the ego, that ego brain that wants to keep us safe. It's actually doing its job. It's doing what it's designed to do, keep us safe and look for danger and keep us in our little cave. But we're no longer, back in the caveman days where danger, we have to look out for saber-toothed tigers or anything like that that's going to attack us. It's there for a purpose and it's doing its job well. Just think of it as your co-pilot or your, front seat passenger. Just don't ever let it drive. You can acknowledge it and it's going to tell you to turn this way instead of that way, or it's going to tell you to go back because, the road's getting bumpy. Say, I hear you. Thanks for your input. Just sit there and watch how we go. It might be bumpy, but just watch how far we get or watch what we do, right? Great to hear. Awesome, Maya. I love to hear that. Awesome. I've had an amazing time with my intention. Life has been so sweet. See, when things are in alignment, when you choose and have intentions that are in alignment with what your higher purpose is, with what your soul desire is, what is truly what is calling to you, then life is sweet, just like Janice says. And she's a perfect example of that. She is having a fabulous time. Life is awesome. And that's great. See if I'm not missing anything else. Awesome. So good. I'm glad to hear that, Maya. Good to hear. I'm celebrating right now. Vibes are high. Yes, let's celebrate. Woohoo! Thank you, Gabriela. I know you have reason to celebrate too. So beautiful, beautiful. So those are things that might start happening from the new moon to the full moon. We're realizing these things. And I also made a note for myself that I want to take a step back and make sure that you understand, because that's what I did yesterday with like clarifying what intention is, what manifestation is, so that it's not this like esoteric thing out there, right? That's like, oh, only a few people understand it, or only a few people get this, or it's only for those people that, you know, have that lifestyle or experience. No, it's for everybody. And so I am trying to make it so that you understand it and actually say, hey, I'm excited to work with this. I'm excited to learn. So let me take this moment and explain what I mean when I say your vibration is raising to match the thing. Okay? Because I also realized by slowing down to speed up that these are things that have become normal to me, but I did not know what they were at the beginning. And it took me a little bit longer because I had to like realize, okay, what is this concept? So let me break that down. Everything has a vibration. Everything from us to this card, this box, this pen has a vibration. Now, we as living human beings have a much higher energetic vibration than this pen, but everything has a vibration, and everything that we want has a vibration. So if you think of, there's going to be millions of them, but think of them, there's like just these vibrational lines going, let's say horizontally, because it's easier for me to, so there's all these energetic lines, and a pen vibrates down here. It's just, you know, it's living its life as a pen. It doesn't have any emotions. It has a purpose and it has a reason for existing. So it's like vibrating down here. And oh, just because I have them here and because they're fabulous, let me pull, I have a little mushroom. Talking about rainbow fluorite, this is the color scheme. So crystal vibrates up here. Let me not put it out of the screen. So crystal vibrates here. This is, you know, something created by the earth. It was not the mushroom shape, but the crystal. It was created by the earth. So it has a vibration that's higher than here. We vibrate on emotional levels. So if we vibrate on the lower end, think of that as depressed, angry. There's an actual ladder of how the emotions move up the vibrational scale. So resistant, that's not an emotion. I guess it could be, but like anger, frustration, depression, judginess, judgmental, being judgmental, those are on the lower end. So when we're in this lower end, that's where our thoughts are. That's what the energy is that's coming from our thoughts, from our beliefs, all those things. That's the thing that we're going to attract. Anything that's in the same level of vibration. Now, what could that be? That could be less, not as good health, or experiences that vibrate here. Like when we talked about yesterday, once you attract some money or you manifest some money, but you're not yet of the belief that you can maintain it, that you can up-level your financial situation, you're going to attract what's matching your thoughts. So that might be a traffic ticket or a parking ticket that, you know, depletes some of that money. And it's going to be maybe a repair that has to happen in your house or in your home or for your car unexpectedly, because you are vibrating at this level that this is the financial place that I'm at, and I don't yet believe that I can up level. So and what you want, what we're working towards, let's say, is vibrating up here. So as we change our beliefs, as we start taking the steps, as we start seeing evidence that our intention, that we're getting closer to our intention, as we start really feeling into it and believing it, and also celebrating when we see other people get what we want, right? So as we start doing these things, see how we're getting closer vibrationally to our thing here. So we start seeing evidences of it. We start seeing the little sprinklings that we're getting closer. And that's to, keep raising a vibration until one day we wake up and holy cow, look, I'm actually living the thing that I set. So if you think of that as a vibrational ladder and scale, it's like, am I getting closer to what I want? Or am I getting further based on how I'm feeling, based on my thoughts? Because my thoughts create my emotions based on how I react to my thoughts. And so that's a great gauge. Maybe next time around or sometime in the group, I will get that that scale, that vibrational emotional scale. Hubby kicked the tire on my truck playfully. I made him apologize to the truck, right? Yes. I think Janice, I may have said this in our group or whatever. I talk to things all the time. I talk to just inanimate objects. When people said, like, why are you talking to that? Well, because it's vibrating on its level that it's supposed to. But that doesn't mean, we're here to treat it badly. So I talk to things all the time. But yeah, exactly. So think of that. That's what if you can, hopefully that gives you a visual of when I talk about raising our vibration to match what we want. Okay. And also a little bit of a side note, to not get frustrated. Like I said, when you start seeing evidence of it, like someone else might have gotten exactly what you want, like moving into a new house, or someone else might have gotten a job, their dream job. Maybe it's the same job that you wanted. Maybe it's the same area in the house that you wanted to live in. Or maybe someone's getting married and you're, wanting or have set an intention to attract a partner, or maybe to get married if you're in a relationship. When we start seeing those evidences, I have now become of the mindset that those are reasons for me to celebrate because I'm getting closer. So when you celebrate someone else's success, that raises your vibration that much higher. It's like, oh yeah, right on for them. You can still have that, because we are human, but that's freaking awesome, because if it's possible for them, it is possible for me, and I am seeing the evidence right in front of me that I am getting closer to it. Because this is another aha moment that I had. When we set an intention, it has feelings. Yes, it does. It may not be like our feelings, but you're right, it does. When we set an intention, whatever desire is in our heart, whatever dream the universe has placed in our heart for us, and we set that intention, at that moment, it has become ours, just not on this plane yet, not on this vibrational level. At that moment, it has become ours. It is reserved on the vibrational level that it vibrates at for us. No one else can have that exact one, that specific dream at that specific time that it is there for us. Think of that as a new car. If you see a new car, or you have a car that you want, and then you see someone else driving that exact same model, is that the only car of that model, of that color, of that year? No, there's many, many more. So there is no, what's the word? There's no lack. There's more than enough for everyone. So just have that as a thought at the back of your head that you can pull on. Mine is waiting for me. And if you have that belief and you can strengthen that, and you just know it's there. It doesn't matter how long it takes me to get there. It doesn't matter how quick I get there. It's there. I have placed, like we talked about yesterday, I have placed my order with the universe. It is there. Now, the cooking time may take longer. The travel time may take longer, to our destination. It's there waiting for you. So no need to worry. If other people get it, yes, celebrate it. Celebrate that other people are getting what you want because you're getting closer. You're seeing those signs. So, yes, you're right. Celebrating with you. Exactly. Because that also makes us feel good. Although we have or may have that moment of like, oh, okay, let me just take a breath, reset, and celebrate with the person that really does make us feel better. I mean, think of a time you have celebrated with someone, whether it's, they got something you want or whether they got their own thing. It feels good to celebrate and support people, right? So that type of thinking, that type of energy is much more vibrationally in alignment with, well, damn, what's the point now? Oh, well, she got her so fast. Why is she getting her so fast? Why is she better than me? We don't know her story. We don't know when she set that intention. We don't know. So just focus on feeling good about it. And the more ways you can find to feel good or get back to feeling good, the better, the quicker, the closer you'll get vibrationally to your intention. Aiming on having Janice for us one day. Yes, Janice has lots of beautiful greenery and space and nature around her. So we all talk about that in our circles, because sometimes we gather around Janice's fire pit virtually through Zoom when we have our moon circles. So yes, I hear you. I'm with you too, Gabriela. So that's what I mean by vibration. So now that we've noticed these things, we're back up, we're at the full moon. So what do we do at the full moon? I religiously, or every single time, practice forgiveness. And what I forgive at the full moon are the limiting thoughts that I've noticed, the judgment about myself or about situations or whatever negative emotion or thought that is on the negative end of the scale, the lower end of the scale. Hi, Judy. I'm so glad you're here live. Thank you for being here. Awesome to see you. That it worked out time-wise. So forgiving the things that we notice that have been resistances, right? Getting them out of the way, saying, I see you, I'm going to reframe you, and I'm going to forgive you because you have taught me a lesson. So I'm going to forgive you, and that clears out some energetic space. You may also have things from your past that come up when you're working towards an intention. That is something new, that is out of your comfort zone, that is out of what your normal is. You may have stories or incidents or regrets, angers, frustrations, anything else from your past that this might bring up. That is also a beautiful thing because you can start to forgive them as they come up. This way, we're working here in the present, right? We're doing the work now. We're not dwelling on what caused those things. We're not going back to fix it. It has already happened. What we can do is let go of that attachment, of that cord, of that tie. And this is sometimes easily accomplished. Sometimes it takes longer. Think about how long you've held on to that belief or how far down you've pushed that emotion if you haven't been wanting to work with it. But by working on it from here, where we are now we're ready to. That's why it's coming up now. That's why it's being brought up. That's why it's coming to the surface and you're thinking, I thought I dealt with that, or that, I thought that was long gone. Why is that coming up now? Why am I thinking about this? Why am I remembering this thing? Because now you're ready to heal it from where you are, and you can then clear out that space. If you think of all these things taking up energetic space, either inside of you or just in your existence, clearing out that space, getting rid of it, it's like, ooh, letting some fresh air in. And then what do we do with that space that we've cleared out? We don't want to leave it empty so that it can kind of filter itself back in. We want to fill it with something positive, higher on the vibrational scale, and that is gratitude, appreciation. That's where we fill in with gratitude. Thank you for the lessons I have learned. Thank you for revealing this limiting belief to me, or thanking the limiting belief for showing itself. And now you know that it's time to reframe it so that you can move forward. So with the full moon energy, that's where it's big and it's bright. If you think of it as it's brightest, that's why a lot of times at the full moon, the emotions are highest. It's tied to our emotions. It's going to shine its big, beautiful moonlight on these little things that have been hiding in the crevices. And so when they start to come up, jot them down. We go through every now and then in the Blue Moon Magic Tribe, I go through like a full moon ritual. We do full moon circle gatherings in the membership, the Moon Magic and Manifesting mentorship. We actually gather at the full moon and at the new moon. And that's where we talk about this stuff, because that's where community comes in. A lot of times we do this by ourselves, and that's great if that's what you choose to do, or if that's how you're getting started. But community really, really does support the healing process. It provides that emotional support tangibly, where the moon provides the emotional support energetically, spiritually. That's where community comes in. But identifying these things, writing them out, I am one who always likes to burn my forgiveness list, because I see that transformation. I'm getting all of the energy out of my body by writing the things on my forgiveness list that need to be forgiven, whether it's myself, very frequently it's myself, and anything else that comes up, whether it relates to my intention or not. And I get the energy out. So this is my process. By writing it out with a pen, I'm getting that energy out of my body through the pen onto the paper. Writing it all out, getting everything out that I need to. Then I take that paper and I burn it. And that for me is representative of the transformation. It's transforming from all this energy into ashes, and then the ashes release that smoke. And I just visualize all that crud, that negative energy going up in with the smoke to be transformed into something positive. And I have cleared out all this energetic space. Okay. And let's see. Are we burning this Thursday? This Thursday, the full moon's on tomorrow, on Wednesday. Tomorrow. We can burn stuff in there if you want to. I always am available to burn, write your things out and burn it here. Or, you can do it. We can do that together. We haven't done it in a while. So yes, I do that. Strong magic. It is strong magic, right? Because I like that visualization. Now, if you are someone who does not want to burn, or it does not feel it is safe to burn, or just don't feel comfortable with it, you can rip up that piece of paper or shred it if you have a shredder and put it into the earth. Bury it or mix it in with your potted plants in the soil. That is also releasing and transforming, because as it breaks down, the earth, and even if it's soil in a potted plant, that is still earth. It is taking that and transforming it, transmuting it into something positive. It's now becoming fuel, or not fuel. It's helping the plants. It's decomposing nutrients. It's becoming compost. So you can burn it, you can shred it, you can bury it. Some people do like to hold on to their forgiveness list to see, and they just energetically release it. That's fine. I like to actually see that transformation, that representation of the transformation. Yes, let's burn together. All right, we can. I'm all for it, always. So yeah, that's the forgiveness part of it. And then filling it in with gratitude. And the gratitude can be about absolutely anything. It can be gratitude for your partner. It can be great gratitude for having food in your fridge. Any type of gratitude. You can never, in any circumstance that I have come across or in my belief, you can never overdo gratitude. Every time something comes up, oh, that's awesome. Thanks for that. Or, oh, that's awesome. I'm grateful for that. The more it becomes habit, it then becomes your default. And when things start to happen that are challenging, you remember this because you've made it a regular practice by working with the lunar cycle. Hello, it is there for us all the time, right? So that's the practice that I have gotten into. Full moon forgiveness, full moon gratitude. And a lot of times you will hear, on social media or reading about full moon release. Now, there is nothing wrong with that. Like forgiveness, that's a form of release. I phrase it as transformation. I'm transforming that negative energy into something positive. Now, from the full moon for the next 2-ish weeks, as the moon gets smaller in size and works its way back down to the new moon again, we can continue releasing. That's when I think of like letting go, because I see it, I see the energy diminishing along with the moon, the hold or the triggering that the thing I have forgiven did or has done in the past. I see it going away slowly. Because think about it, it built up over time, right? For the most part, it built up over time. And so sometimes maybe we can release it or forgive it right away. But I always make this point, do not judge yourself harshly if you do your forgiveness practice and it's still there. You have to do it several times. I've had to do many things, do the forgiveness practice several times. And each time it gets easier and easier. There's more of that energy going away. There's more of the healing that's done. Because I've also seen comments like, well, I forgave it, but it still bothers me, or it still made me cry, or I was still triggered by it. It happens over time as you forgive it. And how you know that you have forgiven it, how you know you have healed at least that aspect of it, is that when you talk about it, or when you think about it, or when you're telling someone or whatever, when it comes up, you're not triggered anymore. It becomes a story that happened in your life, and you learned from it, and you can talk about it, and you can revisit it, and you're like, huh, I'm not that person anymore. I am this person who has healed from that. So give yourself that grace to know that if you have to release it and forgive it multiple times, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Each time it's chipping away because it's probably been there for a long time, or we've held on to that hurt for a long time. It's going to take time to let it go as well. If you're part of on the Blue Moon Manifestations page, last week I shared the transformation of my money story from 6 years ago, where I was having my mom make my house payment. I wouldn't have wanted to talk about that before. I really wouldn't want anyone to know. Wouldn't want anyone to know. Now it's a story. I can use it to help you and show what transformation I have gone through. I no longer want to cry. I did want to cry when I was typing in the group where we challenged tears of joy, tears of excitement, because look, it's no longer shameful. It's no longer shameful. It's just a story. I have healed. I have moved on. I am now not in that place. So please keep that in mind for forgiveness. It's not a one and done a lot of times. And also, as we up level and as we set higher and, better intentions in moving us up, keep moving forward, these things might come up again from a different perspective. So also just remember, don't judge yourself harshly on that, because we're like an onion peeling all these layers. And so maybe that little bruise or that rot worked its way, further down than we can see just as we peel the layers away, right? Or are we doing this burning paper list at the circle? Yeah, the full moon circle is tomorrow. So we can do that then. Yes, it's tomorrow. I found I slept so good after I did this last time, right? Yes, because it's like, even if it's not completely gone, you feel lighter. You feel that, that rest. You've let go of a lot of energy, and that will help you sleep and rest. Like Judy says, give yourself grace. Always give yourself grace. We are human. We're living a human experience, and that's part of it. The ups and downs, the 3 steps forward and the 2 steps back, or vice versa, 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. The yes and the it's all part of the human experience. The lesson, as I see it, at least now, currently, is getting back to our center of joy and gratitude and forgiveness, and keeping ourselves as high vibe as we can, knowing that we will dip in the scale, and just knowing that acknowledging what got us there, acknowledging the dip, thanking the experience or acknowledging it. Okay, I see you. Let me feel this anger. Let me feel this sadness, but I'm not going to dwell there. I'm going to feel it because it's a human emotion. And if I suppress it, then I'm going to have to do more forgiveness work down the road on this, right? So allowing ourselves to feel it and experience it and let whatever comes up, and then getting back to our center. That is the journey. That's why it's never done. That's why it is never done. We're never completely finished. We're never at the finish point until we no longer, inhabit this earthly body. And then we have other work to do. Other work to do. Like my friend says, other missions, in that realm. So awesome, awesome. So surrender, and that's how I see surrender. Like as the moon gets smaller, I'm continuing to surrender that. And that could be journaling about it. That could be just visualizing that it's whatever the thing is that you're releasing. You can visualize putting it into like a violet flame, or just letting that energy drain from your body into the earth to transmute it. So all the different ways, that's what we get into when we do the actual practices, different ways of releasing. So that's it. That's my spiel, my outline about full moon forgiveness, gratitude, and just knowing that the cycle repeats, cosmically for a reason. We do the work repeatedly, keep doing it. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Please let me know. Would you like to know, Maya? I couldn't see the name for a second. About our circles. I am going to share about that. I don't know which email it's in, but I do have time. I have the membership that I have is we gather via Zoom for the full moon and the new moon. We set intentions at the new moon. And then like those who are in the membership here, they're asking, can we burn stuff tomorrow for the full moon? We absolutely can. And that's how I created the circle. A lot of circles I have attended, or like full moon rituals, they have a program, like an outline to follow. This is, we're going to meditate, we're going to write, we're going to, move or dance. And I've loved them, but that's not how I wanted to do my circles. My circles are, like I said, we're hanging out. If it were possible, we could teleport and all hang out in someone's living room all together. But it's like, it's girlfriends doing the work with the moon, attuning to the moon. Sometimes, some of us talk more and some of us talk less. Sometimes we're providing support. Sometimes we're the ones that need the support. Where I will have my little, what's that? Steel, the cauldron thingy. What's that material? I don't know. What is that? The material, Eric? Cast iron. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. See, yes, I know you sent it to me telepathically. The cast iron little thing, and I will burn if you guys want me to burn it for you. But that's the membership. And then iron, yes. Gabriella was right on the same path, same thought wavelength. Too many words coming out of my mouth. And so we meet, and then also part of the membership in a dedicated Facebook group, I post a daily card and a daily journal prompt. Those will tell you today that today's didn't post because I forgot to schedule it, but I get it there. I'm pretty good. There's a daily card and a daily journal prompt that I post, and you can use that as you wish. You can write about the journal prompt or not. You can look at the card, maybe something else comes up for you. And that's just a resource that I put in there because that's what I like to do. Every day I pull a card and every day I write something. Yes, Gabriella, it did. It was just late. It was late. There's a lot going on in my brain. And what else do we have? We have the moon circles. And then right now we have the new moon coaching calls. So like I said, we're working our way through the zodiac. This is going to be, or we just had the Taurus new moon a little last week, I think, anyway, a little while ago. So we had a coaching call before the new moon to talk about the Taurus energies and types of intentions that we can set, or how we can apply the Taurus energy for that. So the next new moon coming up is going to be the Gemini new moon. I'm a Gemini moon sign. And Nilda, I will get you what I promised you, that information. And I love that, by the way. Yes, I love it. I love it. I created it because it's what I love. And I just wanted people to do it with me. I wanted people to do the stuff with, right? So let me create the space to do that. And I did actually prepare that ahead of time. Unlike yesterday, I do have it available to put the link, and it is $22 per month. There's no contract, there's no time frame. It's just a recurring monthly membership. And then if you choose to cancel, you absolutely can. There's no penalties or anything along those lines. I just have to get to the right window, because that's what's holding me up right now. But let me see if you guys have questions. And so we will be gathering tomorrow. It is 4 p.m. Pacific. Then in the group, you get the Zoom link. And then their replay is posted in the class site, which is a Teachable. It's on Teachable, which is the class site that I host, that I hosted on. And let's see, links. There we go. So if you guys have questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. And I just will be sharing more as the week goes on. And then tomorrow is the full moon circle. And then the next new moon circle will be for the Gemini new moon. And we'll be working through that. And let's see if StreamYard does. Yes, the Gemini moon. I'm a Gemini moon too. I did see your sign. And was it Dawn Marie? There's a couple others that are Gemini moons. I'm a Gemini moon. That's why I'm a talker. That's how I process things emotionally. Talk, talk, talk. All right. It says it should post it to all. Join the Moon Magic and Manifesting Mentorship. And for the circles, I mean, we have gotten to, I know some of the other gals just look forward to hanging out together to talk about stuff, to see what's coming up, to work through the thought process. Yes, Gemini moon. So it's like I said, I created it because it's what I want to do. And I just wanted a way to do that with people, with other people. And so I will continue to talk about it. It is open. There's no like cutoff date at this point. It's open. And I will say one of the benefits of being in the membership right now, as I'm creating this new moons through the zodiac, those in the membership who have participated in creating and are in there will get that standalone course, free access to it, or not. Well, yeah, free, because you're creating it with me as we go. We'll be getting access to it, for forever. You'll get it as part of being in the membership and creating it with me. You are Gemini moon, therefore what moon? Therefore what moon I am. It's 25th of August. What is, I'm trying to think, Maya. Are you watching this in the group? I think you are, right? Or maybe not. Maybe you're not watching this in the group because I don't see it here. In the moon, Manifesting with the Moon Challenge Facebook group, there is a tutorial video that shows you how to get your birth chart done. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And it shows you how to find your moon sign. It shows everything because it's not as straightforward as the sun sign. Like Gemini's, my calendar tells me Gemini goes from May 21st to June 20th. So that's the sun sign. The moon moves much faster because the moon moves through all 12 zodiac signs every single month. So it moves much faster than the sun does. And so the link on the tutorial video is in there. Let me post it here. It may post in all as well, but do I need to put, I think I might need the link since I'm doing it from StreamYard. Here's the Manifesting with the Moon Challenge link to get in there. It is also a free group. It just goes along with the challenge. I just created a designated group for it. Join, oops, the manifesting with the moon. And all the resources are in there. All the printables, all the videos stay in there. Manifesting with the Moon Challenge Facebook group. And it stays open. So even though the challenge, I do it, you know, periodically, the group stays open the entire time. It's not typically as active between challenges, but people still do post, and I go in there and hang out and answer and all the fun stuff too. I will keep sharing with you throughout the week different aspects of what we do and kind of what's coming up. I just kind of have it just show you a few things first with the challenge. And then I also, like I said yesterday, if you do the challenge and keep repeating the challenge or not, you have a framework by the end of the challenge on how to work with the moon. The membership is to just take it into real time, to do it with other people, to have that space. And if that's not for you now, or it's not for you, that's okay. There are still many other resources. I just like having that designated space. In the Blue Moon Magic Tribe Facebook group. Bye, Dawn Marie. Thank you. You're so welcome. I'm glad you were here. Have a great rest of your day. The map, too many words. The Blue Moon Magic Tribe Facebook group is also a free group. That's the main free group. And I am looking to do a full moon chat. I do a free full moon chat every month. I don't know if I'll get in there today, but if not, I will get in there tomorrow. And like I said, we're in the phase, each phase for several days. So don't feel bad if you can't get your full moon work done right on the day of the full moon. We have about 3 to 4 days of that energy of each phase to work with. So I think that's all. I am loving the comments on the prize thread. If you are not in the group here, the Manifesting with the Moon Facebook group, there is a prize thread in there. And all you have to do, you'll find it in the announcement section, is comment a takeaway or like some great information that you gained, or an aha moment, or your favorite metaphor that I use, anything at all. And that each comment that you make enters you into winning the prize. And the prize is going to be a Moon Intentions Kit created by Marita, who owns and runs Body by Kiki. And that consists of some bath and body products, some crystals, and some cards like prayer cards and intention cards. It's beautiful. The pictures of a typical prize of, you know, what to expect are in that post as well. So you can see the pictures I posted, she sent me, are from this month's box. So the one that you will be getting, which will be for June, the winner, it will be different, but it's, you know, just to get an idea of what the prize consists of. I'm very excited to have that, to offer that as a prize this time around. And I don't see anything else. Time and place of birth. Yes, to do your birth chart, you will need your date, time, and place of birth to enter in the information. And there are several places you can get a free birth chart. That's just the one that I happen to know, because that's where I was sent when I first got my birth chart. Yasmin Boland has a free one too. I just don't have that link handy, but she does has a place for a free birth chart on her website. Just Google Yasmin Boland, and you should find all sorts of information from her. And I guess that's it. I think that's it, guys. Thank you again for being here. I look forward to seeing comments. And if you are not in the group or don't like Facebook, the recap email will be going out about 1 o'clock Pacific, so in about 2 hours. And that links the replay to Vimeo as well. Vimeo and on YouTube. You're welcome, Janice. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow, we're talking about manifesting abundance with the moon and what that means and the different types of abundance, how you can look at abundance and manifesting it with the moon, why it's a perfect match. Again, match made in heaven. So thank you guys for being here. Have a great rest of your day. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific, same spot. Take care.